The next episode of Dark Side of the Ring will feature the one, the only Sensational Sherri, one of, if not the greatest managers in WWE history. We have so much to talk about here. She obviously was a mainstay in both WWE and WCW throughout the 80s and the 90s. And she unfortunately passed away in 2007. So this episode is going to chronicle her career and really give flowers, hopefully, to someone who has been unheralded in recent years by companies, however, by fans, has always been beloved. What are your thoughts?
Sensational Sherri, oh man, well, scary Sherri, if you know her. She's been pivotal in a lot of careers, a lot of what. And I like what you said there. One of the greatest managers of all time, not just woman managers, just manager in general. She's one of the greatest managers of all time. She might be one of the biggest reasons Shawn Michaels is who he is today. Like she helped like get Shawn right, man. She really did. She sang on his music. She was the female voice on his very first Sexy Boy track. He listened to everything Sherri said. Like he was a sponge when it came to Sherri. Also, Harlem Heat owes their career to Sensational Sherri. Like she literally saw them work, and it was like, hey, you guys want a manager? Like, and at the time they were still a little green, but they saw it work. They knew it worked, and it's like, you know what, this could work. Because I don't know if any of you know what Harlem Heat wore their first match. They wore like pants, jeans, and they wore jail t-shirts, like with their names. They look like jail shirts.
I wonder why WCW in the early 90s would do that. Like, would it have something to do with
Omar, do you know who their manager originally was?
Oh God, I'm scared to ask.
Colonel Parker.
Oh, I remember. He's the guy. He's the guy who I got from.
So
Colonel
Parker
looked
like Colonel Sanders, and he looked like a plantation owner.
He did. Look, we don't know that he wasn't one.
True, we still don't to this day. It's still
was old. We don't know that he.
So you had these guys that looked like from jail walking out with a guy who looked like a plantation owner.
We love wrestling is great. I promise. It's not as bad as.
They quickly were like, we need to change this. And some of their signature outfits, Sherri actually knitted from hand. She made from hand, knit and sewed, from hand, their actual outfits. And thank God for her.
I think it was like World War III, 1995. Like, they did a segment where, like, Sensational Sherri or Sherri Martel and Colonel Parker actually, like, hooked up. And it was funny.
Yeah, I know.
There was a finish going on in one ring, and then, like, they have, like, this huge, like, kiss, like, bend over and kiss in another ring. I was like, oh, no, what are they doing to my girl, Sherri? Oh, my God.
And those of you who do not know her husband, Rick Martel, the model, Rick Martel, who's responsible for some things. It's so much we can say about Sherri. It takes more than an hour to talk about Sensational Sherri, man. Sherri Martel was just amazing, and like it was a shame to lose her, but like she was so good.
Yeah. So yeah, she passed away in 2007, unfortunately, due to a drug overdose. That should not define her legacy. I mean, again, one of the best managers ever. Like, like she has been a part of so many great moments in WWE history. For whatever reason, it seemed like a Vince McMahon kind of thing. Like, she just never got. I mean, she got the Hall of Fame stuff, but like, she never like was mentioned as much as like other legends were, and she's like part of like, again, some of the biggest moments in
Like a lot of
company's
people
history.
talk about more about like Bobby Heenan
Well, yeah,
and
you
talk,
gotta get the fabulous moolah battle
yeah, talk
royal,
about,
baby.
oh, of course, if it comes to, if you're talking about women, yeah, oh, absolutely, fabulous racist. I mean, Mula, they talk about her a lot. Um,
Maybe that's what
that's not a
WC.
hot take.
Maybe that's what WCW was going for with the Colonel as Harlem Heat's tag team manager, fabulous racists. They're like, it's gonna be I could see like, you know, like one of those guys, like those racist old guys being like, oh, it's gonna be fabulous. I'm like, oh.
Dude, I don't understand. And even Booker T said, I don't know what we were thinking.
I know it. We all know what they were thinking. They were thinking some horrible stuff, bro. This is the South, like you were talking about.
But that was just one of the worst things ever could have possibly happened.
I mean, look, Vince McMahon said the N word on WWE TV in like 2006. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
can't top that.
yeah, wrestling. I promise you, it's not as bad as we're making it sound.
No, only like 70% of it.
You know who is not bad? Sherri Martel, wonderful human being, wonderful person, great wrestling personality. I can't wait to see her immortalized
I'm
in
actually
this way.
really excited about this one, honestly. Let's restart.
Oh, I like that sound.
Who like when you think of Sherri Martel, what comes to, like, what memories come to mind for you? Because you saw her like on the backhand, kind of, sort of.
No, I didn't see her in the back end. I mean, like my first introduction to her was like that feud that, you know, Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle had, where she
Oh
came
yeah,
out
yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
just a sexy Kurt, sexy
Yeah.
Kurt. I make your ankle hurt, ankle hurt. Yeah. That was my
So her
introduction because
angle is still great.
I was like a baby. But like when I think Sherri Martel, my mind goes to two groups. Number one, Shawn Michaels. Number two, the Harlem Heat. Those are the two like things that automatically come to my mind. I obviously, as you know, Trevor spent a good amount of time like watching WCW.
Yeah.
For good, bad, very ugly at sometimes, but Sherri's presence with Harlem Heat was usually one of the best things on the show.
Yeah,
So,
it normally was. I mean, she had a brief stint with the Macho Man too, if I'm not mistaken.
oh, the Macho, oh my God, the Macho King, yeah.
Macho
Me
King,
and
yep,
Sherri,
yep.
me and Sherri, I don't care about Liz no more. I got Sherri Martel, the sensational one. Sorry, Sherri, she's gonna be all sensational.
She was something else, man.
Ring.
She was definitely something else.
Dig it.